Hello and welcome everybody to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News. I'm your host, Zafiro Fierro. Remember to follow us on all of our social networks and to catch us every day by logging onto our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show. Fonatur, Mexico's National Fund for Tourism Development, and the Portuguese company Mota Engil announced the upcoming construction of a new touristic project in Riviera Nayarit. This will be Costa Canuva, a 225-hectare development with 7 kilometers of beach and coast, in addition to 5 luxury hotels, golf courses, and residential complexes. It is estimated to have an investment of $300 million in its first stage, which is planned to open by 2017 or the beginning of 2018. Among the most attractive features of Costa Canuva is the construction of a 250-room hotel from the Fairmont family and a golf course designed by the former Mexican professional golfer Lorena Ochoa. Regarding the government's participation in this project, Rafael Lang, director of Mota Engil, stated that Fonatur donated the land where the development will be established. It will also have capital investments from Mota Engil, financing from the commercial banks, and from Mexico's development funding. Costa Canuva will represent a first-level touristic offer for the Bajío region, but will also generate 6,000 direct jobs and 18,000 indirect jobs. In other headlines, do you like to travel? I'm sure your answer is yes, but we often choose to go on a trip abroad long before meeting the goodness, beauty, and spectacular destinations of our own country. If you would like to learn more about our Mexico, I'm sure you'll like this news. In order to encourage more and more Mexicans to enjoy domestic destinations, the Ministry of Tourism presented the program, Let's Travel Through Mexico. One of the objectives of this program is promoting tourism as a priority sector for national development, and therefore the government, in coordination with the private sector, airlines, transport, hotels, restaurants, tour operators, and services, all of which grant facilities to acquire travel packages for Mexicans. So with this program, there will be fewer excuses not to travel and meet Mexico, as we assure you that traveling through the country, you'll find amazing places, delicious food, great culture, rich history, and spectacular art. So start preparing your bags and decide to travel to Mexico. Moving on, Jorge Goitortua, Corporate Sales Director of AeroMéxico, announced that this year Mexico's flag airline will make significant operations in relation to international flights, increasing the country's connectivity with the United States and Europe. The executive noted that part of the growth of its network in the American Union will be due to the expansion of its trade agreement with American Delta Airlines and the possible entry into force of the aviation agreement between Mexico and the northern neighbor. He also said that in late May, AeroMéxico will inaugurate its 4th flight connection with Europe when they start to operate of its flight to Amsterdam, and also announced its collaboration with the program, Let's All Travel Through Mexico, with which the airline will offer affordable packages to boost domestic tourism. Among the destinations to be promoted as part of this campaign will be Guadalajara and Cancun. They also expect more than 200,000 Mexicans to use the facilities as the airline offers it to the domestic market. In other news, a total of 175 countries, including Mexico, signed the Paris Agreement on Climate Change at United Nations headquarters in New York. Through this historic document, the signatories commit to take action that will limit global temperature rise to well below 2 degrees Celsius and to strive for 1.5 degrees Celsius during this century. One by one, the ministers, presidents, and government representatives stood on the stage to rectify such agreement. The most important thing is that finally, countries such as China and the United States, responsible for 40% of worldwide polluting emissions, signed the document and committed to make it official before the end of the year. During his intervention, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, said that the era of the consumption without consequences is over. We must intensify efforts to decarbonize our economies, and we must support developing countries in making this transition. Mexico IPC index increased 450 points or 0.99% to 45,867 on Wednesday from 45,417 in the previous trading session. Mexico IPC index gained 528.6 points or 1.17% during the last 12 months from 45,338.36 points in April of 2015. Historically, the Mexico stock market IPC index reached an all-time high of 46,357.24 in September of 2014 and a record low of 14,008.20 in August of 2005. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Zafiro Fierro, and remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Log on to MexicoNewsNetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.